heights. It is said, a very good quote that I got to learn many, many years back. It says, heights which great men achieved and kept were not attained by sudden flight. They, while the companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. So, heights which great men achieved and kept were not attained by sudden flight. They, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. That means they literally burnt their midnight oil. They worked more than anybody else. They worked and worked relentlessly. So, therefore, scaling great height is our ability to put in our best of effort. And the moment we put in the best of effort, we are certainly going to go to scale great heights. There is a principle I'm sure you all would have known. It is there in the cards. It says, do the very best you can. That means whatever we venture to do, we do the very best. We throw everything inside it. And that is what is the best that we are talking about. And Aparesh Acharya would tell this principle so much with energy. Like, do the very best you can. And in addition to that, he said a little more. So it's just not about doing the very best you can, but a little more. Rajan has done his best by starting a training institution. But what he has done is did it a little more. That means he was constantly challenging himself, constantly innovating, and he could do that little more. So therefore, do the very best you can and a little more, we become numero uno. Now, being great is fine, being the best is fine. But friends, best is not about suppressing others and going up. Best is our ability to lift people up. The greatness of you is not your individual greatness. The greatness of you is your ability to contribute in the lives of people and make a difference. So therefore, let's do the best. Best meaning lifting everybody up. We all know there's something called as being a number one and being the one and being the best. But a very important element is we all know there's something called as competition. This world is full of competition. We're all competing. And competition is always getting the better of the other. We always want to be the better than the best. But a very important element, my dear friends, is that when we are competing, it's not with the outside world. We are competing with our own selves. We need to challenge ourselves. And the moment we can compete with our own selves, challenge ourselves, we are getting the best out. And that is what is important. We can look to people as benchmark. But very importantly, don't look up to people, don't look down on people, but look into yourself and tap into your potential. We all are born and we have got everybody has got a unique skill. I might not become a Tandulkar. Might not become a great singer, but I can be me. What is that I have got? But the moment I know this is what I've got and I work on myself and I become the best. So therefore, do the very best you can and a little more. We all know the biggest sporting event on this planet is what? What is the biggest sport? Olympics. Okay, we all, without a blink of an eye, without even having to think, we know it's Olympics. And about 11,000 competitors and sportspersons take part in the Olympics. To have got into Olympics is great because you're best in the country, because not everybody who's best in the country goes there. You got to qualify, and people have qualified and have got into Olympics. They've done the best to get into Olympics. Out of this 11,000 odd Olympics, only 20% of them win medals. That means you have done the very best you can and a little more. So the little more is what takes you higher. As I told you, it's about challenging yourself. I might want to look at Aparesh Acharya, is discipline, but very importantly, I turn inward. And the moment I turn inward, I find out what are my lethargies, what are my laxities, and I work on myself and work that out. And then I become the best. And then when you're the best, you want to help as many people as possible. That's why great people are. It's not about they became great, but they helped others to achieve greatness. So therefore, do the very best you can and a little more. And competition is not about putting others down. It's about lifting ourselves up. Now, you know, there are lots of people who are doing their very best, but they are not succeeding. So there is something called as passion. Rajan started off this training, he had passion. I'm into training, I still have passion. I'm 60 plus. Priya Sandeep, do I look so? I'm only asking Priya Sandeep, and others can also vouch. Okay.
Last time you came, you were looking very much younger.
Now,
Now
see,
too.
I've got a cataract operated. Okay, that's why I'm having to put this glass. I got a cataract on my eye, right eye, and left I got to do in a week's time. So therefore, it's more of a protective gear. So therefore, passion is very important. Now, passion is an intense emotion for something. When you have worked on yourself and you know this is what I'm going to do, you throw yourself into it. And that is what is passion. Passion is an intense emotion for something. Okay. Divya, okay. Right. So passion is an intense emotion for something. So when you set out to do something, you do it with that intensity. And that is what is passion. I'm just talking about Rajan because Rajan is the person who has authored this entire platform. And I know Rajan had that passion. He had lots of challenges. His physical challenge, his personal challenge, his professional challenges. I have known him and I know how he has really overcome all that. How did he overcome? Because those challenges temporarily might have been big, but what was greater is what is that he got into. So, therefore, a passion is an important element for scaling great heights. I want to share with you 7 traits for passion. Are you interested? Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you so
yes.
much. So, passion is an intense emotion for something. For passion, the trait that we need to develop is purpose. What is the purpose we are wanting to get from this venture? What is that I want to do? What is that which drives me? Define the purpose. For instance, when I got into training, my purpose was to make a positive difference in people's life and contribute. This is how I started my training. I know I have some skills and people are looking to develop those skills. So for me, my purpose was in training to contribute in the lives of people and make a positive difference. Then over a period of time, when I started to evolve mentally, then I found my vision and my purpose became better. It says, my purpose is to help people from the darkness of ignorance and experience the light of awareness. To help people remove from the darkness of ignorance and experience the light of awareness. Today, lots of people are groping in darkness of ignorance. Not that I'm a very enlightened person, but from my standpoint, I know this person is in darkness. So therefore, can I be that medium so that that ignorance around that person can be removed and that person sees the light of it? For instance, when people join my course, I remember one person referred by Rajan, a lady, she came and joined the course. She had a lot of problems in her life. And she said, Daniel, tell me, is your course something like Zeal? Okay. If I'm going to do something like Zeal, I'm only repeating a program. Is it different? I said, this course will open you up for new possibilities. That's all I said. It might look the same, but when you do the course, it will open you up to new possibilities. And she did it. And she certainly saw the possibilities. So, therefore, what is your purpose? Define your purpose. And that purpose should wake us up from the bed. The waking up from the bed is not because of your bladder is full. Waking up from the bed is not because a mosquito is biting you. Waking up from the bed is because I have a limited time span in this life. And I want to do the best. And then this is my purpose. And then you don't want to waste a single moment. You don't need to attend any time management program if you have the purpose. For me, time is totally involved in meaningful endeavors. TIME stands for totally involved in meaningful endeavors. Just 2 days back, I was in Kerala, Alleppey, with couple of my with 10 of my +2 friends, 50 years of friendship. We enjoyed. But at that time, that was the purpose. And then I came back. So therefore, whatever you're doing, time is TIME stands for totally involved in meaningful endeavors. Meaningful means at this point in time, what I need to do. It might be rest, it might be walking, it might be enjoying, it might be being with friends, or it can be anything else. So, purpose is very important. The next attribute is your ability or your alertness to grab opportunities. Okay, your alertness. Thank you, Akhil. He's putting all the snippet. He's doing a good job for everybody. Okay. So you being alert is very important. Your purpose is there. You got to be alert. Opportunities are passing by, but how alert are you is very important. When Rajan called me and came to my house some 3 decades back to tell me I saw an opportunity, I was alert to an opportunity, and 3 decades later, it's become history. And we are still talking about it. So therefore, be alert to opportunities. We all know people say this guy is a lucky guy, this guy is unlucky, and all that. But here, what is very important is that luck is nothing but your alertness to grabbing opportunities. Rajan was having challenges. He could have had physical ailments, but he was alert to opportunities. He said he went for a meeting the other day. The reason is he's a person who's always looking for opportunities. So therefore, let's not condemn ourselves saying, I'm lucky and I'm unlucky. So luck is, Tony, I'll come back to that, okay? So luck is the meeting
Be
point of your
alert to
alertness to
opportunities.
opportunities passing by. So therefore, you have a purpose in life, and you need to be alert to opportunities passing by. So therefore, only a person who's got a positive minded attitude be alert to opportunity. When Rajan told me about this session, I said, I'm coming. I said last week, probably I was in Bangalore. I wouldn't be able to be on the laptop at the time. And I was alert to an opportunity. I didn't put up my price and say I'm traveling and all that. I said, I'm coming. So therefore, be alert to opportunities that come by, small or big. And then next is be sensitive. See, when we are passionate, we want to achieve a lot of things. We have a drive, and people drive so much they're insensitive to their own body. You know, people die at a young age. They die in a gym. They die running. The reason is they were not listening to their body. So therefore, be sensitive to your health, sensitive to your family. Many people want to achieve passionate, but they ignore their family. What's the point? I know lots of people who said, my passion is there, but they ignored their wife and their kids. And then probably lost the wife. And the kids have grown up today regretting. So therefore, be sensitive in whatever you're doing to people around, because in your drive, don't hurt people, but be sensitive to people and their feeling. So therefore, the next attribute is that be sincere in what you're doing. When you're sincere, you are doing it joyfully, not serious. Serious is, I am a great guy and people are benefiting from me. No, sincerity is, I've got something to share and I want to share, and do it joyfully. So therefore, don't be serious, but be sincere. And then the next is that, what are you identifying yourself with? Your identity makes the difference. We have got an intellect, we have got the mind. So your mind will work on matters where your intellect is. Your intellect identifies something. There is identification, and your intellect or mind will go about trying to only satisfy that identity. So therefore, if your identity is bigger and better, you're going to achieve much more greater heights. Identify yourself with something big. For instance, we identify ourselves with nationality, which is good. But greatness is identifying yourself with humanity, the world. Because when you identify yourself with nationality, you're limiting yourself. You all need a nation. It's supporting us. But can we break the boundaries and then connect with the world at large? Rabindranath Tagore's poem, where the world is not broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way in the dreary desert sands of dead habits. So here, what he was talking is that we are all bound by nationality and we strive. But can we look at the world at large? That's why when Aparesha Acharya coined the vision statement of Milt, he said, let this world be a little better because I came here. And when the world is better, certainly India is going to be better. So you identify yourself with your family, which is good, but identify yourself with a larger family that is great. What is the larger family? Humanity is the larger family. Today, 272 people died, and then on the buildings around, another 30 odd people died, 300 plus people died. We all cried. We felt bad. Every time we look at the news and see some testimonials, we felt bad. The reason is we are connected. And that is what is called as Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. So our family is important, but very importantly, humanity is very important. Our nation is important, but world is very important. Because if the world is not peaceful, what is the purpose of nationality? If our neighbors are hostile, what is the purpose? So therefore, let's have that mindset. It's good, but mold yourself into great. And then it says, so everything, your caste or creed, you have identified yourself with that. You're limiting, but can you enjoy the diversity of caste and culture? Today, I've broken my religious barriers. Today is Sunday. Daniel Jacob should be in church, isn't it? But Pastor Daniel Jacob is standing and giving a talk to 160 odd people. The reason is I broke the religious barrier. I had it till my 50th year. Okay, right. As you're right, Divya Karelia. You're a Gujarati because I got a friend who's Uday Karelia, very jovial character. Okay, right. So I've broken that barrier. Today I've not gone to church. The reason is that the reason is simple because I have broken. I needed that at the point in time. You all need religion. Relegere is what is religion. But religion should help us to become spiritual, and spiritual is beyond boundaries. So, therefore, let's break ourselves and go beyond the caste and culture and enjoy the diversity of caste and culture. So, identification makes a big lot of difference. And then the next attribute is I told you 7 attributes. The next attribute is you're one. There should be an integrity in you. Your body, your mind, and the intellect is together. It's one. That means my wholesome me is talking. It's just not my head talking and my mind thinking somewhere else. My words coming, but my mind is something else. When there's integrity, and that is what is power. And we can also call that as yoga, that oneness, because yoga is union. When we are in union with ourselves and with everything around, that's yoga. Yoga is just not physical exercise, it's only hatha yoga. But the real yoga is, are you connected? This individual to the totality, when there's a connect that's happening, and that is called the oneness. So therefore, let's experience oneness. And then the seventh trait is your ability to navigate or negotiate. For instance, when you're on the path of maximizing and scaling new heights, you will find yourself really stuck. There'll be challenges. Taking Rajan as an example because I know Rajan. And I know the challenges that he had. The first challenge that he had is in 1998 or 96 when he had that heart attack when he came to me. But he knew how to negotiate it. And today, he might have challenges. Everybody has challenges. Daniel Jacob standing over here has got a challenge. 160 odd people over here might have challenges. We all have challenges. But how do we negotiate is very important. So when we have a challenge, a tough situation, you can call it as a problem. When you say I've got a problem, that means the situation is overwhelming and you're succumbing. That is a problem. But when you say that situation is a challenge, it might be overwhelming, but I can overcome it, is what is challenge. Challenge is I harness all my energy and work towards maximizing myself. So therefore, there will be situation overwhelming. If Rajan says I had problems, he would have stopped this training some 10 years back. Stopped it. The reason he didn't see it as a problem, but he saw it as a challenge. Challenge is I work myself totally and then fight towards overcoming it. So if you say I've got a problem, you will succumb. But if you say I've got a challenge, you will overcome. So therefore, life situation will throw us on and off. Okay, it will really throw us out of gear. But your ability to consider it as a challenge and fight it. That's why I started the program. So do the very best you can and a little more. So what we can overcome, let's overcome. We also have a principle to the effect which says cooperate with the inevitable. What you cannot cure, endure. And it is also said, for every problem under the sun, there is a solution or there is none. If there is one, try and find it. If there's none, never mind it. So therefore, we navigate and negotiate. So till now, I've given you 7 traits. What are they?
Purpose.
Purpose,
Time,
Opportunities,
alert, agile,
ability, alertness,
Sensitive.
sensitive,
yeah,
Be
sensitive,
sincere,
Be
sincere,
Identity.
identity,
integrity,
Integrity.
You yourself.
oneness is integrity, oneness, and
oneness.
negotiate. Okay.
Negotiate.
So let's say P stands for,
Purpose,
A stands for,
Alertness,
alertness,
S stands for,
sincere,
S stands for,
Sincere.
sensitivity,
sensitive,
I stands for,
integrity,
identity,
O stands for,
opportunity,
oneness, N
oneness,
stands
oneness,
for,
navigate,
navigation,
navigation,
negotiate and
Negotiation.
navigate. So therefore, you got this acronym P, A, yes, yes, I, O, N, passion. So therefore, let's fill ourselves with passion. We always say PASSION, passion. So therefore, whenever you think of the word passion, have these 7 traits in you. And then we are certainly going to scale great heights. So the scaling great heights is not out there, but within ourselves. All these traits are within ourselves. And the moment we can have this clarity, we will certainly do the very best. It says, good, better, best. Never let it rest until good be better and better be the best. Let's all scale great heights. And I look forward to Rajan calling me for the 200th session. Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful time and for you people over here. And if at all there's any questions, if you still have time, we can still take them on. Yes, Rajan, over to you.
Awesome, Danny. It was awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today. And I'm sure a lot of people want to say something.